Yeah, hello guys. Welcome you all for this end-to-end session of AML. In order to become a successful data scientist, you can learn everything that you guys need in this end-to-end session of AML. So it is going to be a year-long program. So make sure you guys have subscribed to our channel and hit the bell icon so that we will be posting a video for every day. So yeah, please make sure that you have watched all the previous session video before coming to this session. So hope you guys are enjoying. We are enjoying a lot and we are learning a lot every day. So hope the same way for you guys. So yeah, so let us dive into the session. It is a continuation of previous session where we have introduced you what are the ethics that we will be following in data science. Okay, so I hope like please watch the previous session video because like it is the introduction to ethics. Myself and sir has explained lots of things. So what is ethics? What is ethics in the context of data science? So make sure that you guys have a proper understanding of last session. If you guys have any doubts, okay, don't hesitate. Okay, just we are here to help you. Okay, just post them in the comment section and we will take it and we will make your doubts clear. Okay, so moving on to the today's session is a continuation of previous session. What we're gonna do today is that ethical challenges in data collection curation. Okay, let's see what are the challenges that we face while collecting data. Ethical challenges arise in data collection and curation, requiring careful consideration of data quality and sources. Okay, as we are mentioning, right, whenever you collected data, that is a base. Okay, that is a starting point of what you're gonna do, like pre-processing, model building, and then deployment, and then monitoring. Everything is only starts from data collection. You need to be like well versed and well known that is the data is quality from the source that we are getting. Okay, what are the things that we need to consider? Data bias: ensure data is representative and avoids uh, pretentative existing bias. Okay, the thing is, you need to collect the data from a source where it has a less bias. That's it. So because like we cannot say 100%, right? As we are mentioning from the start of the day, we can have a optimal solution, not a 100% solution. Okay. Next, privacy violation: protecting sensitive personal information from unauthorized access and use. Okay, we need to just I will say personal information should not at all be there in any of the data. Okay, if it is there, you need to remove that and you need to ask a question to the client why they have shared this. If they require that to be added in there, you need to do. Okay, based on their conditions and like create contracts kind of thing. Okay, based on their condition, their approval, you need to make it. Okay, otherwise don't go for it. Okay, next, informed consent. So obtaining informed consent from individual before collecting and using their data. Okay, this is a major thing, guys. If you are building, consider like we are having a website, right? So if you are gonna create a chatbot for our website, then you guys need to get approval from both of us. Okay, if we are having a website kind of thing. Okay, so that is a major thing whenever you are doing something with a third party or like uh, something which has a license, then you need to get a um proper communication and then contract kind of thing in order to do whatever you are doing. Okay, so that's a major thing. So yeah, that's from my side. Yes, sir, over to you.
Yeah, ethical challenges in data science and curation. We have to understand data bias is a first challenge, guys. Ensuring data is representative and avoids pre-putating existing biases. So we have to understand it's all about data bias. So whatever bias, it should be very clean, pure, unbiased. And it starts with data collection, guys. And you will become mature when you go for secondary data. You will get to know whether data is biased or not, but that will take time. But you have to understand that biasness is in human genes. That's why again and again we are saying overfitting, underfitting will happen because of data bias. Okay, so that is in our genes. We are always biased. Whatever we say, we hide some information. Sometimes we exaggerate. So we are always into that mode. Okay, so it's human nature. So that is why you have to understand data bias comes from human nature because it's collected by human beings. So you need to be always ensuring the representative and avoiding all these biases which are existing in data. Privacy violation, protecting sensitive personal information, okay, and not using, and if you're using, you need to take consent, you have to take approvals and stuff, and if people give you consent, then and only you can use it as a case study or something. But always consider privacy, okay. Informed, these are challenges, okay. Informed consent, obtaining informed consent from individuals before collecting and using their data. This is very very important challenge, guys. So this is, I think, using libraries, data cleaning, all those things are very, but suppose you have collected data and you have not considered these challenges, and tomorrow you built a project and somebody came and sued you. What will you do? Your project. So you have to understand everything. So these are more challenging things than just using tools and cleaning data, pre-processing, EDA, building models. Okay, these are actual challenges in data science. So you have to understand these are the very crucial things. So while you will be working on projects, so let's move to the other section.
Yeah, sure, sir. So moving on, let's see what else we are having next. Yeah, ethical consideration in model building and deployment, guys. Before that, we have seen in data collection. Now we're gonna see in the model building and deployment. So model building and deployment requires a careful consideration of the ethics implies implications of the models. Okay, first is transparency, explainability, and interoperability of models. Okay, so I think we have discussed in the previous session itself. You should not need to give entire working or entire black box for the client. You need to know, you need to explain the client in a manner, this is the input, this is how the algorithm is designed, and this is what the output. So like that transparency the client should have. Then fairness, avoid bias and ensuring equitable outcomes. Okay, so the thing is, you need to have a data set in a balanced manner so that you can create a model that can be no bias, that has no bias, and it will avoid a bias. Okay, next, accountability, determine responsibility for the model outcomes and the potential harms. Okay, whenever you are just creating a model and you are creating as a bias model, you are a responsible one who are making for who are the responsible for the model which is biased. So if the model is going to act like a bias, then you are accountable. Okay, so yeah, these are the ethical consideration that we will be having during the model building and deployment stage. Yes, sir. Over.
Yeah. So ethical considerations in model building and deployment, guys. Transparency is very, very important. So explainability, interpretability of model, that's very important. Fairness, avoiding biases, ensuring equitable outcomes. See, you will see everywhere bias because biasness is in human genes, okay? That will be reflecting in data also everywhere you'll see. Accountability, determining responsibility for model outcomes and potential harms. So these are very, very considerations when you're building model, you're deploying model, careful consideration of ethical implication of the model. So these are the important values, ethical considerations when you're building models. So consider them while you're building and you're working on project. Let's move to the other slide. Thanks.
Yeah, sure, sir. Okay. Let's see what we are having next. Okay. Responsible AI and algorithm bias. Okay. Algorithmic bias. So that is what the next thing that we're gonna tell, like what that we're gonna learn. Algorithmic bias can have like serious consequences, requiring responsible AI development and deployment. Okay, so this was the same thing that we have discussed in the previous slide, but the thing here is these things make a responsible AI, because whenever we are building something, right, we need to be the AI should be responsible. Okay, so like I think today every LLM models as a responsible AI. The thing is, if you are asking something which is harmful for them, okay, so harmful for the humankind, it will not respond. Okay, so I hope like this fairness, transparency, and accountability are same as we have discussed in the previous slide, but I'm just considering everything under a section called as responsible AI. Now the LLMs that we are telling, right, they are responsible. You just I will just say a simple thing. Okay, go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT how to just break the car, okay, and get out of it. It will not gonna answer you because they have created this AI in a responsible manner. Okay, yeah, and the same thing, like you just try with different kind of questions, ask different types of questions which is harmful for the mankind, and it will not answer. So I'm just considering the previous slide and this slide, the only change is responsible AI. It should be fairness, transparency, and accountability. Fairness, as we mentioned earlier, we should have an algorithm that is fair for everyone and equal. On the transparency, we should make a decision in a manner that a client can understand what is the input, what is the algorithm, and what is the output. Accountability, we need to identify and address the bias, that is prevents the harm and protect the fairness. Okay, I hope like the slide is same as the previous one. The only thing that I've changed is responsible AI. Okay, so now till now, what are the things that we have seen? How the ethical hacking works with respect to data collection, and then curation, and then we have seen about how it is helpful during building model and then deployment, and we are just mentioning this thing as a responsible AI. Okay, we need to build a AI that is very responsible. So yeah, over to you, sir.
Yes. So a responsible AI and algorithmic bias. That's very, very important, guys. So I told you, I gave you one example that if somebody wants to build an algorithm like trading app or cryptocurrency or any kind of app which collects data and then manipulates and used is they use it for their own benefit, so that is not responsible AI, neither the and that is a biased algorithmic bias. Okay, it is both. Like it is not responsible AI. Responsible AI is which is good for all and win-win. It creates win-win. It is sustainable. It is not creating win-lose. It is not for one particular um, harming any community, any indigenous, and that is what is responsible AI. And when it is responsible, it cannot be biased. So if it is not responsible, it will be algorithmic bias, guys. So understand this analogy. So fairness, ensuring algorithm tests everyone fairly and treats everybody fairly and equitably. That's what equality. That is in our constitution also we have equality. We need to treat everyone with fair and equality. So that is the fundamental principle of our constitution. Same way we need to apply that here in responsible AI. Okay, and transparency, making algorithm and the decision making process understandable. So it should not be that algorithm does something else and that is not transparent to people, and you're using people's data for their harm or something, and people are not aware about that. Okay, so transparency is very, very important in responsible AI or when you're designing algorithm or you're using any model or data. So, accountability, identifying, addressing bias to prevent harm and promote fairness. Again, guys, bias, you will see everywhere. So, this bias is in human genes, that is why it is everywhere. And why it is biased? Because we human beings are by nature, we want to optimize our objective function. We don't want to create models which will help humanity win-win. These are all people who are biased. They will say always, "Oh, these are very hypothetical things. Nobody thinks this way." But that is the thing, guys. I'm telling you, if America applies some AI application in America, it might impact in Asia, the employment of Asia. So that is what is responsible AI, that is what is non-biased algorithmic designs we need to have. So we need to consider that the entire world is one family, and we all are brothers and sisters, and we have to design, and we need to feel genuinely fairness, transparency, accountability, and we should not harm with any technology or any biasness to other beings. And we need to have sustainable and win-win algorithms and responsible AI. This is what is my understanding, and let's move to the other slide.
Yeah, sure, sir. Yeah. Moving on, guys, we are having ethical data governance and accountability. Okay. So, ethical data governance frameworks are crucial for establishing clear guidance and accountability for data use. So let's see what are the things that we are having as ethics, okay, as a guidelines, okay. First thing, data privacy policy, defining how data is collected, used, and protected. Okay, data privacy policy, where you have collected data, how you are using the data, and how you protected in order to use the data. What are the protection steps that you have made? Data security measures, implementing robust measures to safeguard data from unauthorized access. Okay, you need to store the data in some containers or some kind of servers that will not be accessed by someone else. Okay, or anyone else, I will say. Okay, that is what the security measures. Data audit and monitoring. So regular review of data practice to ensure compliance and ethical users. Okay, you should have, if you are having a 1 TB or 2 TB of data, you need to have a proper review of your data in a regular interval so that you can have a confidence, okay, we are following ethics and there is no violation in ethics. So these are the things that we need to consider for this ethical data governance and accountability. What are the things? Data privacy policy, data security measures, and data audit and monitoring. So yeah, sir, over to you.
Yes. So, ethical data governance and accountability, guys. Again, we'll go to data privacy policies, defining how data is collected, used, and protected. While developing bots or robots or chatbots or applications or services or products, there is a term called policy. Policy defines that how your bot or chatbot or robot or application will behave. So that is what is like we need to have those policies in place. Data privacy policy, it should be like Raja has given example of that. If you ask chat GPT some harming questions which can harm or destroying or something, it will not answer. That is what is ethical consideration, right? Responsible AI. But it begins with data privacy policies also. If you ask certain questions, it might not give you that data. If you ask, give me some data, give me some stats, it will not give you. So that is also because there are controls in place. Data privacy policy is in place. Data security measures. Implementing robust measures safeguard data from unauthorized access. So there should be a proper access, that if somebody is taking some information, he has to give a valid ID, because then he can be traced if it is misused or stuff. So you can have measures, safeguards. Okay, that is very important. Data security measures, it will come into cyber security. Okay, and safeguarding the data audit and monitoring, regularly viewing data practices, ensuring compliance and ethical use. These are very, like, for data governance and accountability, they are very important things. That suppose you're working in a company and you have got a patient data, and that is a real time data, and then you're not supposed to send to your private emails that data, or email to your private account from intranet to internet. Okay, intranet is which is used within the companies, and internet is which is used normally outside the company's public internet. So you are not supposed to send those emails or data. That is what is monitoring and data audits will happen. If something is found, they might terminate you from job. So these are the ethical considerations, data policy, privacy policy, data security measures. So you need to be very conscious about uh, how you're using data, and data governance is very important factor, and accountability. So this should be in place in the project. And when you're working, you need to be aware and you need to applying these practices. So let's move to the other section.
Yeah, sure, sir. Like, yeah, let's see. Yeah, so conclusion and future direction. Ethical consideration are very essential for responsible development and deployment of data science. I will say I will include the data collection also. Okay. So, emerging technologies, ethical consideration will be needed to adapt to new technologies that we gonna come in future. Okay, what are the whatever the technology is gonna come to the future, which when we gonna integrate the data science to it, we need to follow all the principles and guidelines that we have just discovered today. Okay, not discover, we have just explained and we have discussed today. Okay, next, collaboration and inclusive, like engaging a diverse range of perspectives in is crucial for developing ethical data science solutions. Okay, the thing is, you guys need to have an awareness of, okay, these are the data, these are the guidelines I need to follow. So whatever things comes, these are the things I need to follow. You guys need to have some sort of checklist. Okay, whenever you are just collected the data, you need to consider the checklist. Okay, these are the things that we are done, so now we are ready to go. Okay, like that. Okay, so yeah, that's everything about it, guys. So like, that is what the conclusion and future direction. Okay, so yeah, sir, over to you.
Yeah, conclusion and future directions, guys. Emerging technologies, ethical consideration will be needed and adopted new technology now. Also proactive, I'll say proactive data science practices. Like we create features, okay? When we do feature engineering, we also need to create I think there should be a department which should work on that how uh, in future what might happen to data privacy and ethical considering data governance and responsible AI. I think there should be a department, complete department, which looks after this, that they can proactively have measures for if something is going to happen wrong, so they can take that forward. And collaboration and inclusivity, engaging diverse range of perspectives, so crucial for developing ethical data science solutions. So these are the future aspects, but I can give from my experience one more future aspect is that having a futuristic data governance team who can proactively detect uh, if there are harms to data or there is a like data breach, because I'll say there you will you remember these terminologies, you will see there will be data wars in near future, and we need to have data defense system and defense mechanism. We have cybersecurity, but really great data scientists who will be working around for data security, and like their normal army can't help, right? So it's a data war, you can't help. So you need great data scientists, and that war would be between great data scientists and great data scientists, and then the one wins who is really managing and securing data properly in the organization and in the country or whatever. So these are very important aspects, so consider them. And these sessions are super crucial, guys. Learning algorithms, learning Python, learning R, data science, cleaning, pre-processing, EDA, building models, learning that is very simple. This is a crucial part. Okay, so always consider this very, very crucial. So learn these things deeply, have principles, values, all these values and in principles in practice, apply them and keep learning, and watch all the previous session 5 to 10 times and do absorb the information, digest the information and apply, and write us feedback. We are constantly, we are enjoying. Are you enjoying? Write in the comment section also. Give us feedback that how we can improve each time, each session, so that you can get greater value, and keep learning deeply, and subscribe to our channels, and also press the bell icon so that you will get notification for each session. Thanks.
Yeah, guys, like please make sure you guys have watched all the previous session video and this video. If you guys have any doubt, just don't hesitate to ask us. Please ping us in the comments and we will take up and we will solve the doubts. Okay, guys, and mentioning like on top of it, sir has told everyone can learn data science, right? So you guys need to know about these kind of ethics so that whenever data comes to you, you guys need to follow some set of guidelines and principles before going for uh, data modeling or data pre-processing kind of thing. Okay, so this is, I will say, as sir is suggesting, like this this ethics class, right? This ethics session, last session and this session is gonna add a value to you guys. Okay, as a data scientist, it's gonna add some value to you. You gonna have some principles and guidelines whenever you're gonna work on the data. Okay, so yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this session. Like until the next session, bye guys, take care. We will all meet in the next session. Bye guys.